Hi guys, welcome back. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and take a little peek at what's ahead for Pisces in their love life. All right, so we start with a Five of Pentacles in the reverse to a Four of Pentacles upright, a Knight of Swords upright. Holy smokes, and the Lovers. Pisces, do we have rapid shift, rapid change? I mean, to have that Five of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like no more lonely nights. Um, one more lonely night. God, I want to say that might be a young Gladys Knight in the Pips, the song that I'm thinking of, One More Lonely Night. But it's like, my baby's coming home, so there's only one more lonely night kind of thing. It's like a 50s, 60s song, bluesy. This feels like it's been a long time since somebody was snuggled up into Pisces' arms. It might have been a really long time. I don't know if they've been gone out of Pisces' life, or maybe this is somebody new coming into Pisces' world, but they haven't had anybody in their arms in a really long time. I feel like this person is like making a beeline to get to Pisces just the moment they can, just as swiftly as they possibly can. But can we see the backstory? Does this person, do they already know Pisces? Is this somebody who's been away for a while and they're coming back and it's like, oh, I can't wait till my partner is back from, whatever, a deployment or something. I can't wait until my lover is home. We have Seven of Cups upright. We have the Ten of Wands sideways. The backstory looks like this may be somebody new in Pisces world. The Seven of Cups is like they've been looking around the world trying to find the thing that they needed. They've been, trying to sort their life out. This feels like a divine masculine because we got masculine all over the place in this. And it seems like they have been, slowly but surely, finding themselves, working through their own problems, but wondering like, will I ever meet somebody that, grounds me or that really feels like that's where I belong? And I kind of think this is somebody who's falling head over heels in love with Pisces. How are they going to meet Pisces? Poppy Squeeze. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love back to you, hun. We have got the Seven of Wands sideways. We got the Devil upright. We got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Okay, so how are they going to be approaching? Honestly, this could be a weird, sometimes we meet the right people through the wrong people, okay? This could be a situation where they actually knew Pisces because of a previous connection that they were in that was very toxic. And Pisces may have been that person on the periphery where they were like, wow, that Pisces is a terrific person. But they had to first get themselves out of some stagnated, wrong connection. I don't think there was ever really a question about whether or not they could have been happy with Pisces. But it does say Pisces might have been the taboo, the bridge that they could not cross. The blockage was, unfortunately, I dated somebody first that Pisces knew and I had a toxic relationship. I'm not saying this is a weird love triangle where they were with Pisces' best friend or something, but wanting to be with Pisces. And it's not that. It would be something different, maybe parallel to that. Let's say they were dating somebody in the workplace when Pisces gets hired on. And it's like, I'm already in this hugely dysfunctional situation with someone, but now Pisces has stepped into the arena. And even though my relationship with someone else is on the skids and going to be ending, I can't exactly just, change lanes and instantly start dating Pisces either. It feels like they could tell the difference between kind of a really dark scenario that they were in versus a really light scenario that they could have if they were with somebody like Pisces. I don't think that they jumped ship to go get to Pisces. I think that there was already some kind of because we see barriers, we see delays, but it's not because they're like, oh, I started something with Pisces, cheating on somebody else, stayed with them, my karmic, and then still wanted Pisces. It doesn't seem messy like that. It actually seems pretty straightforward, like no blurred lines, simply the acknowledgement that Pisces represented something, healthy and loving that they would love to have in their life. And they could contrast what they had experienced with how different it would be the day they could be with Pisces. And it just feels like there's no more like taboo. The taboo has been lifted, or there's no more like, sometimes you just need to let stuff complete and spend some time dusting off your aura before you go getting into a connection with somebody else. It almost feels like that. Like this person they know what a bad relationship is. They know what it feels like to also see something brighter and better. And that's why they know Pisces is brighter and better for them. Squish Fish, hi honey. I'm delighted you're here. Keep us company tonight. I love that. Well, hopefully I'll tell some really boring stories and you'll fall asleep peacefully. Tanya, great to see you, honey. We got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Wands, both sideways. We got the Six of Swords. Yeah, this is somebody who absolutely was like, I'm not about to gravitate toward Pisces until a previous connection is way in my past. I literally cannot be connected to Pisces or attempt anything with Pisces until all ties are severed with a previous connection. And then absolutely I can gravitate toward Pisces. But this person hasn't made a single move, not even a glimpse of, like, hey, Pisces, let's start something secret, and I'll tell you that I'm going to come to you as soon as I can. No. That's not the way this person handled any of this, which I like that way better, because we don't have the drama. We don't have the, questionable accrued karma of crossing lanes when they shouldn't have. Let me just ask, Pisces, is Pisces even aware of this person, or did this person keep it to themselves that they really liked Pisces but weren't going to make a move? We have Strength card. We have Knight of Cups. We have Eight of Swords. I really feel like this would have been a situation that Pisces would never have made a move on. This is somebody that Pisces might have similarly been like, even if I think that person is attractive, I'm not considering them dateable material, because if they're not gravitating toward me with absolutely no drama, then I wouldn't want to deal with them anyway. So I feel like Pisces was like, I'm definitely not going to be reaching out toward them. Pisces definitely exhibited self-control here. If Pisces had seen this person and thought they were good looking, fine. But Pisces didn't go seeking them. Pisces didn't try to reach out to them privately under the guise of, hey, let's be pals. No. Pisces was like, I don't want any lines crossed. So I would just say, yes, Pisces knows of this person. For them to say, I'm not even going to let my mind go down that road. But I feel like it took self-control. So that would mean to me, Pisces is like, oh, I already can tell. Somewhere, you see the divine sacred geometry up here, the flower of life kind of hovering. It's like, I kind of already know that at some point in life, my pattern of life might intersect theirs. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about that or think about that right now. It wasn't like Pisces living in denial. It was more, things that are supposed to happen will happen when it's supposed to happen. That's how this will go. I'm not even going to, want something that maybe isn't really meant for me. And if it is meant for me, I don't doubt it'll find me. Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups. In the meantime, Pisces had plenty of other people, places, and things. I get this vibe that, I don't know if Pisces had a brother that was going through a tough divorce or something, and Pisces was like really being there for a family member. And they were like, you know what? This is more important right now anyway. I need to, spend time with a family member. I need to spend time with non-romantic connections. A good friend of mine went through something tough. I was helping them get settled. I really think Pisces has had a busier life. I don't know why I get like a brother or somebody who's a friend that you would almost count as like a sibling. And I feel like Pisces has been helping a good friend. I don't know if somebody's been couch surfing at Pisces' house lately, but that's where Pisces said, this is where I need to be right now. My romantic love life, that will all get sorted out. But right now there's this other person who actually needs assistance. So that's where my focus is going to be. And you know what? That was such the right move, because not only does Pisces know the importance of allowing things in their own life to click into place, but it also I just feel like this is such a likable Pisces, and the person who's coming toward them for romance is likable as well, because they have to handle things in the right way. If they're going to have a love story that is like clean and free from drama, it's like, look, I don't want to start something off with anybody and then have somebody else claim that I'm, I stole them away or I'm a home wrecker. I don't want that kind of karma attached. I want my love story with a person who's right for me to be really clear, defined, undramatized. I don't want us to get together under the, like the cloud of suspicion that we were cheating or anything like that. And I just feel like the way Pisces handles things is with so much like integrity, and the same thing with this person who likes Pisces, but it's like it's earning them really good karmic brownie points where their love will be, kind of one for the movies. It's like up on the mountaintop. They're at the very pinnacle. This is two people that seem to have very pure intentions. Like they do good for others. They handle their business in its entirety before changing lanes. Like Pisces and this person seem to have very similar views on, if you're going to do things right, do things right. If you need to be there for other people, don't ignore other people's needs that are near and dear to you. Help out your siblings, help out your best friend. Know that, there are other people in this world to love too. And trust that your love story will come into fruition when it's the right time. But better to have it like a really like honorable love story, I guess is what I would say, instead of one that is steeped in drama and intrigue and third parties and cheating. Like, look, I'm not casting shade. I'm just saying that life is certainly simpler when we don't have dramas and third party and all that, right? And I feel like that's exactly how Pisces handles their business, and it's exactly how this other person who's coming to Pisces' life handles things. They're not going to bring any dirty laundry to Pisces' door. How soon does this person show up in Pisces' life? Because we can see Pisces is over here busy dealing with other people in their life, helping other people out. But we can see that Two of Cups is coming into alignment. High Priestess, Temperance. Okay, so we got an awful lot of like divine energy in this story. And we also have a wonderful sense of balance, right? Temperance is balance. High Priestess happens to have the Libra scales on it in this particular card, much like we would think we'd see on the Justice card. But this is High Priestess, really high vibrational. You see that we have a character inside of that piece of quartz crystal. I would definitely say that these two are a great match. I said, when does this happen? And it's like when both of them are in a place where they feel like they did the right thing, the high vibrational thing. So we already saw that for this masculine, they cannot approach Pisces until they have truly severed all connections with a previous romance, even if it was just, a long ongoing detachment. Like this person is not probably going to come toward Pisces when they're separated, but they would probably have to be fully divorced. They don't want ties with somebody else. They don't want anything that could still suck them back into someone else's vortex. So on one hand, it's like when my life is truly balanced, when I don't have another person that I have to attend to, when I'm truly free to hop on my motorcycle and ride on a whim all night to get to Pisces for a single date, just so I can, go swimming with them in the morning at the river or the lake. I have to have that freedom to do that. I don't want to answer to anybody else. I want to answer to me and whatever I want to do with Pisces. I feel like they're not going to come into Pisces world until they've achieved that. And likewise, I don't think Pisces is going to really turn their attention to any romance until they've helped somebody else that might be going through a really tough time. Somebody with a housing scenario that could be difficult. Once Pisces helps someone, that's when it gets balanced out. It feels like both of them have other, big life responsibilities. And I think that's why they're both going to be rewarded, because neither person is like just out for their own happiness. They actually care about more than just themselves. They care about doing things, I guess in a way that will kind of assist others in a way that they can always kind of hold their head up and be like, hey, I handled things right. I handled things the way they should have been done. And I feel like these two, I think they always handle life that way, but admittedly, life can get difficult to get into balance sometimes. but it doesn't look like it's going to be much longer for Pisces and this person. You know, you can see how close the scales almost are. I feel like two people are just about in that same energy space. I don't know. I keep wanting to say like 6 weeks, and that's about it. And they're going to be set. And it's mostly because of the Six of Swords. I don't know. There's just something here that keeps saying we're getting things into perfect harmony for these two. How do you make a first move toward Pisces then? Let's say in about 6 weeks this happens. Do you really have to drive through the desert to come have your first date with Pisces, or what? Three of Cups, the Hermit, the Fool. Oh, they're definitely going to be taking a trip to come see Pisces. Whomever this is somebody that will probably, you know, show up fully solo, single, no complications, but they will probably take a trip to come see Pisces. It'll be very specific. The way they may first reach out to Pisces, though, could be like through some kind of event. Maybe there's mutual friends, whatever, colleagues, you know, whatever it is. There could be like a reason or a way that they reach out first that could have something to do with, you know, other people or something like that. I mean, I guess it could even ferry a message to Pisces through someone else. You know, Pisces could hear from somebody else. Oh, so-and-so, he said, call him. I don't know. I was supposed to give you this message, you know, and it could be because maybe they don't have a direct conduit into Pisces. Maybe there's a proxy. Maybe there's a third party, you know, friendship or something that will help them get the message to Pisces. But the big thing is they want to tell Pisces that they're single. And more importantly, they want to tell Pisces, can I come for a visit? Can I show up in your world? This is somebody who's not beating around the bush. And if they have to travel any distance to get to Pisces, that may also show a lot about how dedicated they are to this, how much they want this. Because let's be honest, travel is time-consuming and expensive. It takes a lot more effort. God, this could delight Pisces. With that Nine of Cups, this could be like, this is like a dream come true. This is perfect timing. This is exactly what I wished for. And here it is. Here they are coming toward me. Yes. Yes, this sounds very, very nice. I don't know if somebody's name has a G in it or a J. I'm thinking Jeannie, Jen, Jenny, Gerald, Jerry, and something else, a foreign name. I don't know what, a man's name, foreign name. Foreign meaning I'm an American, so, you know, I'm thinking a non-American name, like Giancarlo or, you know, something that you'd say with an accent. I don't know what that would be, but just other names are rattling around in my head. But G's or J's or something. It's just because of the genie, but that's really, really shrieking at me and standing out to me. So I don't know if there's a feminine and a masculine name that are G's and J's, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave this one here. I love this for Pisces, and I love the lack of complication here coming in. Truth Wave, great to see you. Victor Sedona, hi, nice to catch you. All right, you guys, take care. Sending you lots of love. I will see you guys again in just a few. We're going to do a couple more zodiacs still tonight. All right, take care, guys. Bye for now.